Human trafficking is an international multi-billion-dollar industry that exploits human beings for sex or labor. In order to prove human trafficking, you must have three things: an action by the perpetrator or trafficker, a means by which he controls the victim or survivor, and a purpose named sexual exploitation or forced labor. The actions on behalf of the trafficker often include things like recruiting, harboring, transporting, providing for, obtaining, or the patronizing, soliciting, and advertising for sexual exploitation. The means by which the trafficker controls the survivor is through force, fraud, and coercion. Only one of these means needs to be present, but we oftentimes see all three, where a survivor is forced to remain in the sexual exploitation situation or the forced labor scenario. They are fraudulently brought into the country under false pretenses in order to get them into that situation. And they are coerced to stay in that situation by mental abuse or physical abuse. The only two identified forms of human trafficking presently are commercial sexual exploitation and forced labor. Signs of human trafficking may include restrictions on you being able to come and go as you please, either in your house or at your place of work, withholding of your identity documents, like your passport or your visa, working with no or limited breaks. This includes eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or having bathroom breaks, paid little or nothing for your work, having little or no control over your money. Someone else is controlling where your money goes, how often you can spend your money, what you can spend your money on, or you're forced to give all your money and income to that person. Living at work or forced to live in a house provided by that work, meaning you're living on the premises at your place of employment, living in the house with the trafficker, or you are given housing off-site that is provided by and controlled by your employer. Owing a debt to someone and you cannot pay it off, or you will never be able to pay it off. This is often seen in a scenario where someone is paid for the journey to come to the United States under false pretenses, and then they are, quote unquote, have a debt hanging over their head in order to pay that person back for that journey, when in actuality, they will never be able to pay off that debt. If your employer threatens to call ICE or the police if you assert your rights, you're being told you have no rights, or that no one will enforce those rights for you because you do not have any status. This is a coercive measure that we often see for foreign nationals. And if you are under the age of 18 and you're having sex for money, housing, or food, this is often referred to as survival sex, and it is a form of human trafficking and sexual exploitation. If you are a victim of human trafficking and you do not have legal status in the United States, you may have available immigration relief. The most common form of relief is a T visa for victims of human trafficking in the United States. A T visa provides for a path to a green card and then citizenship. And it also allows for you to apply for your family members in certain cases. A U visa is similar for victims of certain crimes in the United States. It also allows for a path to a green card and citizenship, and allows for you to apply for certain family members. The self-petition under the Violence Against Women Act for battered spouses of United States citizens or legal permanent residents, i.e. green card holders. We see this in a context of human trafficking when domestic violence and human trafficking intersect. So you have a domestic violence situation, which also qualifies as a human trafficking situation. Affirmative asylum applications and deportation defense for survivors of torture. We do represent victims of survivors of torture who may also have been victims of human trafficking. And we do this either by filing affirmatively or in court as a deportation defense. Lastly, you may also have the right to other things, including, but not limiting to, obtaining a protection order from your abuser, getting paid for your work, clearing your criminal record if it is tied to the sex trafficking or labor trafficking you are forced to endure, applying for public benefits, and receiving compensation for your victimization. For more information on our legal services and support services, please contact us at 215-893-8400.